We're here in Norwich, I've got my long cane and I'm going to give you some tips, some techniques and some little sneaky bits that I found useful just to make you a bit more confident and a bit more efficient using your own cane. Perhaps you haven't had long cane training yet, so you can use this to kind of get an idea of what is going to be good for you, how to use it effectively, and I'm super excited to get stuck in. Okay, so the first tip is this little bit here, don't ever put it around your wrist, because if you put your cane out in the road, if it gets knocked by a cyclist, another person walking, if this is around your wrist, there's a good chance it will pull your arm, could take you off balance, could be a horrible little accident. So the best thing to do is leave that out. My next tip is all about the grip. The grip is super important, and I've got both canes because it's a bit controversial. When I learned, I was told to put your finger on the flat bit of the cane, which is what I'm vigorously rubbing right now. I've got two canes to show you because they are both a little bit different. So firstly, this is the traditional cane with the flat side on one side and the rounded side on the other. I'll give you a little twist so you can kind of see that. When thinking about how to grip the cane, I was taught to think about a handshake, and that's the kind of position we're going to take. So heel of the hand goes on the top of the cane, your finger, index finger, goes down the flat side of the cane, and then you just gently wrap the rest of your hand around the cane like so. And this is how we're going to start, always with the thumb and the forefinger upwards, a bit like shaking someone's hand. This is my no jab cane, and this is where the controversial tip might come in. There's a couple of ways you can hold this cane. We've still got the flat side, but on the rounded side we've got this nice ergonomic bit at the top. So this is where the controversy is. Traditionally, index finger down, grip it gently, but it then means this little ergonomic bit is not in my hand. So if I turn it, that fits nicely in my hand. The index finger is down, I've still got the handshake grip, but as you can see, the flat side is not the side that I'm holding. So that's where my controversy comes. I'm not a vision rehabilitation expert, I'm just doing what feels comfortable, and I like to mix it up. I love an analogy, and this is one of my favorites. So you've got your grip, but what I want you to think about when you're sweeping the cane is keeping your wrist like a floppy fish, like a fish tail. Hopefully you can see that, but think like a fish swimming through the water. Keep your wrist nice and loose and just flick it backwards and forwards like a floppy fish. Okay, next tip is all about placing the cane in the right position in relation to your body. So I've been taught to imagine you've got a center line down your body. So I've got a zip on, so it makes it easy, and I've got a white line, which makes it even easier. So the cane should be slightly away from your body, soft elbow, good wrist control, so you've got your finger down the cane in the right position. Get it in the center, because then when you sweep to the left and to the right, you're going to be making sure that you go all the way across your body. The risk of going slightly off to the right is that when I'm sweeping, I may not be covering my whole body. So place it in the center, hands down the center line of your body. That is the best position to get started from. Okay, so we've got the grip, we've got the placement, now we need to start thinking about moving, and this is the tricky bit. I'm going to break the walking into two bits because it is a bit complicated. So I'm going to use a 2-tap method. So this is the thing that I found the trickiest. So as you step forward with the right foot, you're going to tap the cane on the left, and as you step forward with your left foot, tap it on the right. So it feels slow, it feels strange, but it really pays off because the rhythm is the most important thing when you're walking with your cane and sweeping properly. So use this just over sort of 5 to 10 meter track, bit of path, maybe in your house if your house is big enough or you're flat, give that a try. Now we're on to the main event of this video, and it's all about sweeping with the cane, walking with the cane. This is the juicy bit. So the sweep needs to be covering both shoulders, so it's protecting you from walking into anything. Start with the cane in the middle, and remember it's opposite foot, cane goes over. So we're going to start slowly, nice big sweep, 5 to 10 meters, sweeping left to right. Make sure that it covers the size of your body. I'm absolutely massive, so I have to take such a big sweep. So you might not have to sweep as big as me, or you might have to sweep even bigger if you've got bigger shoulders than I have. Start small, 5 to 10 meters, and just repeat it. So as you can see, I'm back at my start point. You've got to be thinking when you're moving about the movement of the cane, the sweep of the cane, keeping your wrist relaxed, keeping the cane down the middle. There's a lot to think about. So it might help you to do this. And I'm going to give you a really sneaky little tip that I used in my cane training to get the movement embedded in my brain. You won't be taught this, but this is what I did. In my cane training, I placed my hand gently, carefully, I just touched I placed my hand on the inside of my leg. Cane is still in the middle, but as I step forwards, my leg is kind of helping me to push the cane over a little bit. So it just helps you until it becomes second nature to walk normally, standing nice and tall, good posture. And posture is important. And the reason posture is important leads into my video, which is going to be all about stretching and strength to help you stay upright, stay healthy, stay fit, stay injury-free when using your long cane. So look out for that. This has been my tips and techniques for using long cane. Now please give me a like, give me a comment. Doing that, supporting the channel, helps me to keep making content which helps other people, inspires and hopefully gives you a little laugh at the same time.